Hey and welcome in this video. This is Angelo and let's see another way how to play with the white pieces against this move e5. And here I told you in my previous video that you can play the move d4 and after this exchanges you can play c3. He can accept that one and now you can play the Danish gambit bishop to f5 and after this you can play bishop takes b2. Of course here he has this move d5 and you're very welcome to check this out. Actually I have a very detailed video about that. You're very welcome to check to find a lot of ideas there. It's completely playable for white side as well. It's not winning but it's playable. And here I have another trick for you, because if you like to avoid this particular move d5, black should know about that move actually in order to play this one. You can do a little trick, and the little trick is to include some other moves. Knight f3 here, and after knight c3, knight c6, you can play again this Scots gambit d4. He's going to play, of course you can play the normal lines on the Scots opening, it's okay, but here you can play this move c3. What he's going to do, you're threatening to capture, so he has to capture there, and after this you can play this bishop on c4. Now he can take and you can recapture with your own bishop, and by including these two moves he is not just in time to play this move right now d5, because you can take this one and you can attack the knight. This is the idea actually. He can give a check there, you can develop your knight, he can play that one, and now he's threatening that pawn. We can castle, invite him to capture the other pawn, another pawn. Probably he's going to castle here. Now we have this, look at that beautiful move, knight to d5, and he will be completely shocked because you are sacrificing another pawn, but in order to have some compensation you have fantastic and extremely active pieces. What this bishop is doing there on b5, right? On b4 he can take that pawn and now he is lost, because you can play bishop to d3 attacking that knight. If this knight goes back then you can take it, doubling the pawns. You can go queen c2 or things like this. For example, after this you can play queen c2. What he's going to play, right? He don't have a lot of options and nice options, because this battery is eyeballing h7. You're attacking that pawn. He has problems. Or he can play something like this. Now you can win a piece. Take, take, and a simple double thread like that, attacking the king and the knight in the same time. He can play this. You can take the knight, and you have a piece for 3 pawns. But the 3 pawns that the piece is more important in the middle game actually, and gives you a lot of opportunity to win this game. Okay, back to the business, and let's flip the board now to see how we can play with the black pieces. Because after these opening moves, of course we are going to take here, we are going to examine later the Scots and Goring gambit and all of these gambits. Actually, when you are playing the move e5, you should be 100% sure that all of these stupid sidelines are losing. But you should know what you're doing, because e5 is one of the best replies against e4. A very solid, a very principled play. And after these moves actually you're going to take, and after this now you have other options. You can play d3 maybe, as we examine in this Danish gambit. I told you about this d3 move, or you have something else. I told you in every single video here, in every single video, if you have the opportunity to play the d5 move, then go ahead, play this one. d5 is the simplest solution. So the white player cannot do tricks like this, because after d5 you're threatening. What he's going to do? Probably he's going to take, you're going to take. He's not going to take with a piece, because he will end up with an isolated pawn, and he would like to keep his pieces on the board. So he's going to take like this. We can develop the bishop there, putting more pressure on that knight. We can retreat the queen here. We can castle even long side if we'd like. After this we can pin this knight, we can develop the other knight there, or we can castle short side, and we have a fantastic, really cool position to play. Really nice. You can see the computer here said that everything is just fine. Thumbs up, thumbs up. This is a very nice position and the easiest way to deal with this stupid move c3. He would like to trick you. You know the reply, the antidote, d5. Another variation actually is to take there, and after this one he's going to do something to continue attacking you. Here you have 3 options. The most playable move these days is d6 actually. Very nice system, because you said okay, I capture 1 pawn, I capture 2 pawns, you can recapture 1 back, and I aiming to my quick development, so I can develop my pieces as soon as possible and then I can castle. You can see the computer below me, everything is just fine there. Many good players are playing this one. Another try that we're going to examine in a future video is knight to f6, because we're threatening that one, we are aiming with this d5 idea, or we can just accept this one. It's not a bad thing to accept. And after this one, we cannot play d5 as we explained, but we can give this check, knight here, knight there, and by that move we are attacking the pawn on e4. We are attacking this one because this is not protecting the pawn. And after castling, you should remember here that by castling he freed his knight actually, and his idea is to sacrificing more pawns, to play like that, so you can take that one. Not castling, you can take this this knight, and after this you can play castling, and you can say you have a nice position because you can play this move d6, you are threatening to take that pawn on e4, but here he has some, white has some ideas actually. After this one you can attack the bishop, you're attacking this one, this is a very nice version for black pieces actually, but he can play this move knight to g5, and maybe he has some counterplay here after this, because you see he has a very aggressive position. If you do nothing at all, he can play this one and after this one, so he has a little pressure, and after this one he can sacrifice there, we can accept that one. He has this, you have to go back probably, because it's dangerous to go forward, he has a lot of checks, and after this you have this check, you have to go here. The computer said that everything is just fine for black, but it's not a very entertaining position to play, right? Not very entertaining, because this could come, this is another idea actually, he can play aggressive chess. Here you should remember just to capture the knight actually, not castling, capturing the knight, this is a first save option, let's say. And another option here is to play, not to take that pawn, it's not necessary to accept everything, you can play d6 for example, or you can play knight f6 as we're going to see later. Back to our main theory, and we're going to examine the central game here. Actually it should be the last file that we're examining, and after all of these moves we'll explain all of them. You can check the previous video, you can go inside on my website, you can take the PGN files, and here I'd like to show you how to get these PGN files. How to find the PGN files. This is the starting position on my website, and you can see this option register. You can register for free. Then you can log in and new item will appear, profile. Please click it and you're going to see this page. Scroll down and click in your favorite opening line. Click it and then you're going to see the lessons inside. Here you can read a separate article and then you can start reading, study the lessons one after the other. The lessons are different, and then you can download the PGN files on your computer by clicking here. A new window will appear, and by clicking that one, download, you will get your files. We're going to examine this 15 central game with Queen G3 move, number 8, and Rook takes e4, the best one probably, and in the next videos we're going to check about the King's Gambit. Now let's go back to the business. He can castle, we can play this one, and he's going to play that move. For other replies like f3, bishop c4, bishop d3, I don't recommend it, or queen f4, you can check the previous videos, and inside my website you can see one after the other. And here he is going to play this one, and we just examined the previous video the move d6, little passive, but even Karpov played this one. We examined knight takes here e4, very nice move actually, and right now let's check this one. Rook takes e4. It looks stupid move, but it's the best actually, taking there the pawn. And the idea behind it is that he cannot really take with the knight, cannot really take that one, because we can take there, we're attacking the queen and we're attacking the d2 bishop actually, and we're keeping an eye on f2 square. So for that reason, if he just plays something like this, we can take there. He has to take back with the rook, so he is going to exchange some of the pieces and everything is just fine for us. We're attacking the queen, right? What he's going to do. Or if he just play queen e3 for example, try to avoid this double threat, then we can take. This is a check, attacking the queen and king. He has to do something like this. So he is not able to take this rook actually on e4 with tactics. This is why this move is working. And now he has three other moves. Bishop to g5 is one of them, because he is threatening now to take actually, I think, yeah. and we have some options. One of them is this one, eliminating the knight, so the rook is active there. He cannot really take on f6 because the bishop can't take back, and now queen can take, and we have three moves here. One of them is d5. This is a novelty actually, never played before. Computer suggests this one. It looked like a novelty. And you are very welcome to analyze it more if you like on the PGN files. Another move actually is rook to e8, what played during the game, but I don't really like that one, because after these exchanges he played like this, and now the knight quickly came here to attack the weakness. He is threatening that pawn, and there is no real way to protect that one. And after this he can take there. It's not the end of the world, but white is a little better, and Fedoseev managed to win Karda, if I announce incorrectly, on Lead Chess 2022. You can see many players is playing this central gambit. Bishop to g5 is interesting, and here we have h6. And after h6 we are forcing him to do the same, but what is the difference? Because in the previous move I told you rook e8, right? But with this one we are forcing him to do the same, but the rook is active here. So after this move we can play knight back instantly, and now the knight cannot really jump there, or if he jumps there we can just keep the rook active, and after this move we can play here and there, and you can see everything is just fine. Again, we managed to play this move d5, and after this here, for example, and everything should be okay for black. In this particular game, white won this game. Two grandmasters played there in Argentina, 1996. But we don't care about how the game continued. Actually, we should care that right now that black managed to equalize that position. So bishop to g5 is a try. What else do we have? Another try is bishop to d3, very logical. Chess openings are extremely important, and especially if you play blitz games. Do you struggle with them? No more! We have a specific and very simple solution for you. Asaf Givon and Angelo Keseris created the Chess Course, the best and aggressive and blitz-friendly openings. Follow the link below and grab your gift today. Because the rook is under attack and he has to do something. He needs to get counterplay, compensation for the sacrificed pawn. And here we have this beautiful move, attacking the queen. You have the rook in the center of the board, but this rook will help you to protect your king. Actually, we are attacking the queen there, and now after this immediately we can spot that this queen is opposite to the bishop, so we can play something like that, try to exchange some pieces, and after this we have the beautiful move here, d6, and we are sacrificing the exchange. Let's say he can take there, but we can take with the bishop, and now we give up the exchange, but we can take it back because we're attacking the queen and the rook in the same time. Nice tactic. So everything is just fine here for black. Actually black is completely winning. And what else he has instead of this? Of course he's not going to play the rook. He's not going to take the rook. He can take there, we can take with the queen, and after this we can play again the rook here, because if he would like to do some discover ideas with the bishop, we can intermediately take the rook with check. So this is the idea, and we would like to exchange the queens because we have a pawn up, right? And this is a very nice position. Here it's another trick. Anytime if you just solve puzzles on Lead Chess, anytime that you can give the rook for the two minor pieces, this is a fantastic idea actually. If you just capture the rook, I mean, like this, you can recapture with the bishop, so everything is just fine. Bishop d3 is not something serious here. You should know how to play there. And the other move is a3. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options actually. And you can see the file step by step is became bigger and bigger, because we are going to analyze all of these lines in details in order to understand everything. But you can see I cannot keep everything in the same file. Let's go a3. Here you have 5 options. The first one is here, and after this you can go back, and after that you can play bishop here. It looks extremely solid, and after this d6, and after that bishop here. And now actually during the game he played this move, if I'm not mistaken, and after this move black is a little better, and he managed to win that game. But after the move e6, you can see rook takes e6. It's a very nice, stunning move actually, because black played little passively. And if you play passively, your opponent might punish you, maybe not. But if he is careful and if he has this sharp eye, he's going to destroy you, because now he just sacrificed something, and now he is eyeballing that square he would like to take in order to take on f7. We have problems there. So bishop c5 is not the best, I guess. Bishop c5. I'm going to add it as inaccuracy on the file, and I'm going to upload it on the computer, on the website. Another idea is this one, because you are keeping an eye here on these two pieces, so you're going to exchange some of them in the right moment. And of course you cannot take back the rook, because you have the same tactic. You cannot take knight takes e4, and after that one you can play d5, and here you can go back, and after this played during the game, here, there, and after this idea we saw something similar in the previous video. You can play knight e6, protecting the g7 square, and now he can sacrifice, but you have this brilliant move, bishop c7. It's extremely difficult to remember all of these things actually, and the idea here is that because this is a nice tactic, and after knight takes you can play h6 to capture that one, and you're going to lose there. But after this you have this one, bishop to c7. You need to know actually what you are doing, because you are playing with a fire, you see. You should play concrete chess. If your opponent sacrifices a pawn, you should know what you are doing, because he has a lot of threats. And now the queen cannot maintain this file actually to keep the pin. He has to take there, you can take there, he can take, and after this one you can drop back the bishop. Black is a little better here, and he managed to win that game. Two grandmasters or international masters played there. Bishop to a5. Okay, we can call it interesting move, but you need to remember you need to remember exactly what you're doing in this one. Another more simple solution is just capture the knight, right? Just capture this one, eliminate it. Now he has the bishop pair, he has some activity, and your rook is safe, but he can develop his pieces very, very easily. And now you can play d5, it's one of the options, and after this you can go back again, and he can develop his pieces like this. d4, he starts attacking you first actually, you have d4, he can take there, maybe here to exchange some pieces. And a very cool defensive idea, it's when you have extra material, you can give back this material in order to free your position or to stop his initiative. And now he's going here, he can exchange actually, you can exchange more pieces, and now the position is approximately equal. This was the best, and black has some counterplay, but during the game he played that move, and after this he played there, and after bishop to d3 white has some initiative, because he can eliminate that bishop actually, he can start pushing the pawns. Maybe this is not coming instantly, he's threatening other pawns here on c7, he has some initiative here, but it was better to play rook to e3, not queen e3. It was a small novelty there, a small improvement. Another one is this, try to protect the 6th rank, so you can develop your pieces like this. Rook d6 looks solid, because you are overprotecting your powerful pawn and create little space for your bishop. This looks natural, but he played that one. We have again this one, try to give back the pawn in another game, queen here, bishop there, and he cannot really take neither the knight nor the bishop, because this is hanging, so he has to be careful. And he has two moves, one is this one, Polgar played with the white pieces horde here, and Polgar won that game. Okay, she's a very strong player actually, she played better and won that game. And another idea is bishop to b5, another cool idea. White has some initiative here again, some initiative after that moves. So d5, it looks very natural, but we cannot really do this one, because he has a lot of very, very active pieces and a lot of threats actually. So maybe the modest d6, it's better, try to overprotect everything. And here the position is playable. Alright, I didn't analyze it more deeply, but this is a simple solution, and then you can play d6, okay, and try to survive there. Another idea here is to play rook to g4 obviously, because he's threatening your bishop, you attack the queen, and here he has two ideas again. We see something similar like this, and now you can go again here and play d5 right now, stopping the pawn. He cannot go forward, and this is a very nice line for us, right, because he didn't manage to create any real problems. Rook to g4 looks interesting, this one, or he can play that one, and you can play bishop to f8. Your rook is again in a very strange position, we can say, but we have an extra pawn and we are going to develop our pieces. And now why he didn't play bishop to d3? Because if he just played bishop d3, we can take that pawn. You see, we're creating some problems. We have this problematic piece, rook on g6, but this rook is active, right? It is attacking something. So he played that one, preparing bishop d3, and now after this here, and he played d4. Try to complicate the matters, because what happened during the game? He didn't capture, and now we cannot recapture because the bishop will take and the queen will be under attack, but you can sacrifice the rook and you have a stable position, right? This happened during the game. We have a check there, bishop here, and you can see the computer said that black is clearly better. Now he's sacrificing that pawn. Queen d7 was wrong move, because after this exchanges he managed to it was a draw. He managed to escape with a draw. The game is Nepomniachtski-Aronian, but the best move here was queen to c8, because if he just take again, now we can play this one, and we are threatening checkmate here. And suddenly we can see that all of white pieces are in the edge of the board. You can see they are not cooperating each other, they are not working together. What he's going to do, and we have fantastic active pieces. Very, very active pieces, and we can generate a lot of threats, and computer said that we're completely winning. So Nepomniachtski escaped that one, right? And we have rook g4. So Aronian played this one, rook to g4. It's a very interesting move. And another logical move is bishop here. I'm not extremely fan of that bishop, but okay, we're attacking the queen. He can play something like this, rook back, and now we can reorganize our pieces. He don't have this threat right now, right, because the pawn is there, and after knight here we can play bishop back and we can play d5, and everything looks just fine. I have a game here, continued like this. We managed to create some weaknesses on the king's side. These pawns are a little weak, but he don't have any real way to attack that pawns. He just captured there, and after this he played this one here, inviting for more exchanges, and Gustafsson played very nicely. Computer suggests this move, but for human point of view it's extremely difficult to play such moves, right? Because what are you going to do about this pin? It's little tricky. But h5 he played during the game, and after that one we can take on f5, and after this check we have to go here, try to avoid these checks, right? Be careful, again be careful, and black is just fine. We have counterplay here, very nice counterplay. And during the game he played this one, and after that he captured there. The game is complicated, and he managed to win. Sutadz, if I pronounce correctly, I don't know, against Gustafsson. Gustafsson is a very nice grandmaster, actually very strong grandmaster, and he managed to win this one with the black pieces. Now let's go back. Knight f3 is one move, bishop d3 is another move. Actually try to develop the pieces, and we need to do something with the bishop, right? Because the bishop cannot stay there forever. We have two ideas. One of them is bishop to c5, and I have a game here. It looks very natural for black, and you can see we have an extra pawn, and we're aiming to exchange this very powerful bishop with bishop to f5. It's our move, next move, and after this we can exchange some pieces. Now why he didn't play bishop to f5? It looks natural to play there, but we have some tactical problems, and the tactical problems is this, because he is threatening that one, and now what are you going to do? After that we're creating a lot of weaknesses here, right? And he has rook takes there, queen takes, I don't know, and taking that bishop. So this is the tactical justification, and this is why we need to calculate all of the time. So we have one idea, but we need to be careful how to execute the idea. This is wrong. For that reason he played there to protect everything. He would like to do that, but he cannot really do it right now after this move. So maybe f5 is another move, try to overprotect everything there. And after this he played this one, and black is little better, right? And he managed to win that game. One continuation is bishop to c5, so another continuation is bishop f8, little more stubborn to play everything back, and now d6 is another move. Actually, we can play d5 because he closed the center and we're threatening to go again on d6, and after this he exchanged some pieces. Knight pawn on d4, protected by this one. We have very nice central control, we're kicking away the enemy pieces, so everything is just fine. And this pawn is not really helping. White is harming his initiative on the king side, and he played that one here, and after this he played this bishop on d6. Actually, this was bishop on d6 wasn't the best move actually here. He has to play rook a7, trapping the knight first of all, and after that play maybe that thing, or to play b5, but he played here. And after that one, more exchanges happen. White is completely winning here because he has time to attack our pieces. And you can see it's like it's difficult position. It's like something like play with a fire, because the enemy sacrificed the pawn, and it's always not difficult. He has some initiative, and you should be very, very precise in order to stop his initiative. I'm giving you a lot of ideas actually on how to do it, and you should select your own. You should check these files very, very carefully. And now White is winning. He played that one. He was in a hurry to do something, but even better was this, because he's preparing his attack. And now he played that one. We have some exchanges. He captured there the knight, and you can see with the rook here we cannot really take that knight because he will have this queen takes f6 tactic, but right now the rook is missing from there. So after this he went back, and now after this people repeated the position. And I'm talking about Nepomniachtchi against Hare Krishna, two extremely strong players. This game ended in a draw in Moscow, Russia 2007. Draw here. So this is all about d6, and if strong players like Hare Krishna, one of the best players of India, plays this move d6, we should be sure that this is a very nice move. We can use it. Another idea is to play d5 actually here, and after that we can exchange again, and d4, it's something like transposition. He can play there, we can play here. If he just captures f6, we can recapture with the queen and protecting that bishop, so he can try this one. We have some exchanges, bishop here and queen there, and black managed to develop all of his pieces nicely, and now we don't face any real problems on the king side. Papatheodorou, a Greek player close to FIDE master rating, against Nielsen. The black player won that game. Peter Hai Nielsen won that game because he's a very strong grandmaster actually, but right now the opening, it's okay, the position is approximately equal. We don't have problems with the black pieces. And let's continue. Another idea is to play knight here. Again, maybe we can play the knight there, or the bishop. He went back, bishop here. We have some exchanges, and d4 is a very nice move because we are controlling the center, attacking the enemy pieces, and after this one, queen here, king there, knight went inside. And now what to do? He just sacrificed the queen because a lot of pieces are hanging. He would like to take there maybe. He has ideas, or maybe not right now. I'm going to go crazy, but I cannot really go crazy. Queen f1 is another move, but as you can see, the computer evaluation said that black is better. He just sacrificed there, he went here, and he managed to win that game. So what we saw here, we are closing this central game, and this is the main line, queen g3. You have two options: knight takes on e4, d6, the little passive move, let's say. You can check my previous video, or you can take with the rook. He cannot take this one because we have this powerful knight takes there attacking a lot of pieces, and he has to do something else. Bishop g5 is one option, and you can take. He can play bishop on d3, and you have this very nice idea, rook g4 again. You need to remember rook g4 and knight e4 and d6, very cool ideas here. Or he has the other idea, a3, and here again you have a lot of options. Bishop d6, bishop a5, take on c6, but maybe this Aronian move, rook g4, it's easier to remember these things. It's easier to remember. Rook to g4, attacking the queen. He can go somewhere, and now bishop f8 or bishop to to a5, both of them are okay. He cannot really develop the bishop because you are taking this one, and it should be okay. So good luck with this one. If your opponent played the central gambit is here after the move d4, you should play confident, taking this one, and after queen takes, developing your pieces like this, and finally you can take there with the rook takes there, and you will have an excellent game. If you would like to get attacking positions in every opening, then I suggest you this amazing course, 10 aggressive openings, blitz friendly. And here I'd like to show you the lessons inside the website. If you are logged in, then you are going to see this new menu profile. If you click it, you are going to see this page, and then you can click here my lessons. From this one you can see your available lessons, and if you scroll down you can click here 10 aggressive openings with Asaf Givon. With this fantastic author we create together the lessons, and you can see here one lesson after the other. You can see typical mistakes, after that how to start the game correctly, the best 10 moves, then you can see what are the aggressive openings, and then you are going to learn one lesson after the other. We have a lot of lessons there, and you can create a very solid and strong repertoire with white and black. And here you can see two of the free lessons that I already published them on YouTube. And last but not least, here you can download the PGN theory on your website. You can download the practice, the PGN files. You can see all of the games online on my website, or if you click here on practice PDF, then you can see the exercises in the PDF format, and you will be available to download this as well. You can set up these positions. You have a lot of interesting examples in each position from every single opening. I suggest you this fantastic course in order to start correctly in every single opening. Thanks for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Here it's time for action. This is the initial page of my website, and here you can click Give me access to get access to free lessons. You can read this page, and if you scroll down, here you can add your name and your email. After that, you're going to take a free lesson how to avoid chess blunders. So, time for action is now, and you're very welcome to join my mail list.